The video you're about to watch now is an interview on death and dying. Have you ever studied about death and dying? The facts of dying. The point at which death journey begins. Death is a situation in one's life. Death is not based on a scheduled point in time. Everyone's death is different. Death is a part of life. Yes, we Africans, we don't believe in it. But the course I'm studying now, being a gerontologist, has taught me a lot. It's a reality of life, and time has come when we should study about it. In as much as we don't desire that it should happen, we don't want it to happen, it will happen one day. Watch this video. After watching this video, give your own answers at the comment section below. It's very important. Share your own thoughts. Hi Joy, how are you doing?
I'm fine. And you, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thanks for this opportunity to have this interview with you. I promise I'm not going to waste your time. I know you're a new mom. You need to attend to baby. You may be wondering why I requested to have a Zoom meeting with you. I have some questions and I want you to just feel free. Answer me from the depth of your heart. Just give me answers based on what you know, how you feel. Just feel free. Okay, so have you heard about death and dying? I know everybody knows about that. When someone is dying, we say, okay, this one is dying. But have you really read any book or like studied about, okay, let me put it this way. Have you studied about death and dying before?
Who does that? No.
Who does that? Anyway, that is what your sister is doing here. I am studying and I'm trying to know more. Yeah, of course. So I need to ask you some questions and I want you to just share your thoughts, share your opinions, how you feel about the questions, and give me your answers based on what you feel or what you know. Okay, so am I permitted to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I have the first question. What do you think that death means?
Be serious. Well,
Very serious.
death is actually an end. Death is an end to a physical journey on earth, the end of our life here. Of course, as Christians, we believe that once one dies here, there's no end. We transition to supernatural. So, but as long as the earth is concerned, death is an end to physical existence. So that's what I know about that. Yeah.
That's good. So how is death viewed in our culture? Like, how is it viewed in Nigeria?
Of course, it's not a good thing. I mean, well, yes, in Nigeria, it's not a good thing. You could see the moment you even said, if I've studied about death, it was strange because nobody wants to get to that point where you're thinking about death. We don't like it. As much as we embrace it, we feel like we are happier when it comes for somebody who is much old. But even at that, we still cry. But for the young, we see it as something very bad. In fact, that's the worst thing you can wish your worst enemy. So nobody wants to, embrace. We don't accept it in Nigeria at all. We don't like it. It's not a good thing. Like a curse. So it's not a good thing.
We reject it always, right? We don't even
yes,
want to.
so,
When you think about your own death, what would should even allow me to finish the question? So when you think about death, what would be your biggest fear?
my own death. Well, the truth is, it's there to still come. So my biggest fear is coming when I'm not prepared. And just like you asked me, in fact, the question alone is actually making me have some rethinking about life. My biggest fear is death coming when I'm not prepared, which sadly it always does for us here in Africa. We keep running from the reality, but it still comes. So I would wish it comes when I'm prepared, but who even prepares for that in Africa? I don't think we really do. But my biggest fear is it coming when I'm not prepared and when I am not able to put things in order. But now that you're asking, maybe I'll start preparing.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I can't imagine myself thinking about my own death. Like, where we come from, we don't do that. But where I am currently now, it's something normal. You have to be alive to plan your own death. You have to plan how you want things to be done when you are gone, putting things in order. You can even buy and arrange a place that you'll be buried. So this is the culture of where I am. And this is something that would never happen from where we came from. So
At all.
one day I came back home and lo and behold, in front of my door, I saw a flyer of funeral people sharing their flyers to come and you know what it means to market themselves, something like funeral people telling you that you are going to have maybe discounts or it's going to be cheaper for you with them. So immediately I saw it, I was like, oh my God, God forbid, I threw it away, knowing that nobody would drop such a thing in front of your door back. So no one can do that, yeah, because people will even think you want them there by.
Who will cost you for even sharing such a flyer? Seriously.
Okay, so recognizing that death will happen. What does it mean to live your life fully? Day to day.
Realizing that death will happen, it's wise that we give our best. Live the day like it's our last. Live every day like it's our last. Plan for the best, but always prepare for the worst. So my own part, I try to, like a theater artist, sing, dance, celebrate every day. But the reality is sometimes you're always paranoid. But I try to, when I'm a bit conscious of life, that death will happen. I try to give life my best, fight for my happiness each day, and live the full of it.
So if you are unresponsive and we're in the hospital, who would you want making your healthcare decision? And why the person?
Okay, so my husband is closest to me. My brother is also next and is in the medical field. So if it's one person, my husband should go in, but if they can allow one or two, so I could make do with these two because I think being closest to me and being exposed, they are best fit to make decisions for me.
Okay. So if it's one person, it has to be your husband. And yes. Okay, if they allow two people, your brother has to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, one more question and I will allow you to. Sorry, if you have 3 months to live, what would you give yourself permission to do?
Suppose I reject it anyway.
I reject it.
Okay, so I will try to live my best, like I've said. I mean, if I'm fit, I want to travel around the world. If I'm fit, explore. If I have the opportunity to explore, I would like to be happy. I would like to have some songs that I've written. I have some plays I need to act. I would just want to express myself. Sing, dance, act. I mean, that's basically my objective.
So within that,
yes, one would always think of putting his life in, putting the family intact, but I think my major priority will be to be happy first for that 3 months. That's what is major and what matters to me at that point.
So it's not the period to be thinking of who will inherit your wealth, who will take your properties.
Well, to each
You're
his
going
own.
to use that period to put things in order.
Well, so it depends on what you have. Well, I don't. In fact, if I don't even have a car, so what am I putting in order? That's why I have to be happy. It's for people that have things they are putting in order. But well, that is not my priority is me because I know that singing, dancing is a kind of a therapy for me. So who knows? I might be lucky to even elongate my chances. So I mean, at that point, what we get to me is not those possessions. It will just be to fight for my happiness.
Happiness is more important. At least the person will be sure that, okay, this is the end of life, right? Let me use this.
I also want to also make happy with my maker. I also want to, an advantage for me to make peace with God, because as a Christian, I believe in heaven and hell. So it's a privilege for me. So I would like to use that privilege to also make peace with God and, you know, ensure
Thank you
as
very
I'm living
much.
here, I'm transitioning to somewhere better too.
Yeah, you are right. I think it's the time to, if you know your relationship with God is not,
Yeah, that's it.
just use that opportunity to like live right. Yeah. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. And this course I'm doing has really opened my eyes
Pray
when
God
it
helps
comes.
you.
I'm telling
Ah,
you.
question for you now.
I'm telling you, when we talk about death, dying, grief, pain, sorrow, mourning, and everything, it's not easy. But the earlier we like accept that this thing happens, even though we don't,
True.
yeah, the better for us. It will make you to see life from another angle. And even if something happened, any incident or something, you will know how to manage it. But
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
don't even accept that it
Ah,
happens,
okay,
you can even feel more harm than.
you're more confused.
This is the reality of life.
Well,
Thank you
thank you for
so
the
much.
opportunity to, I think I've learned one or two, and sincerely, just this few moments
You
has
have never
made me
thought of it,
conscious.
right? Mhm.
Yes, has made me conscious, and I think it's an interview that will change my life in a while. It's going to change my life all through. So I will learn to be more. It will make me to be more conscious this time. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
And you too. I guess.